Hey guys, welcome to this walkthrough REST. It's about hacking into a vulnerable database server with an in-memory data structure in this semi-guided challenge. So let's begin this challenge. The first thing here is to copy the target IP address here, and the first question is scan the machine, how many ports are open. So I'm just opening a new terminal here, and I'm just performing an nmap scan -p -4 scanning for all the ports, and here is the IP address. So it will just scan for all those ports, and it will give me the result if how many ports are really open. If you perform the all port scanning, then you probably get the good results. But if you perform the normal scan, maybe you will get the results, but it will basically scan for the most common 1000 ports, and it will may not be accurate, as you can see. And out of 1999 ports here are close, it will basically scans the most common 1000 ports. Here there is only one port open is what is shown here, and this all port scanning is still progressing. So as I mentioned before, when I enter here 1, it gets filed because the answer is incorrect. So that is what I mentioned before. So here I'm using the attack box so that it will get the results faster than if you use it on VM. The results will take some time to get, and if you use the attack box, then the results will come faster. For that, I'm here using the attack box. So for that, I'm just entering nmap -p -4 all port scanning, and here I'm just going to specify the target IP here. So the target IP seems to be this, so I'm just pasting here. Oh, sorry. So let me copy that properly here, our target IP address, and it's copied. Now we can just, oh my god, what is. So as you can see, my nmap all port scanning was completed so faster than before. Still, this scan here is not completed. So that's why it is recommended to use attack box so that it will get work good. So yeah, here we can see there's two ports open. One here is HTTP, and the second one here is Redis service, and it's running on port 6379. So anyways, let's try to answer to these questions here, like how many scan the machine, how many ports are open. There is two ports open. So what's what's is the database management system installed on the server? The service here is Redis, so I'm just answering it as Redis. And what port is the database management system running on? The port it's running on is 6379 here, so I'm just pasting here as 6379. So what's the version of the management system installed on the server? So you can enumerate the version using the nmap -sp command. It will basically give you the service version information. When you include the -sv, it will give you the version information. So here the service here is Redis, and it will give you the information of the version. As you can see, we got the version here is 6.0.7. You can use the nmaps -sp utility for getting the version, so that's great. So yeah, let's answer to that question. And the next question is compromise the machine and locate user.txt, and we do have hint. What directory can you write to? Apache. So that's what it is showing there. So it's saying about Apache. So let me see what is in port 80. Here we can see the port 80. So, and I do have target IP. So if port 80 is open, then we can just probably enter your IP address in the browser, and you will get something from it. And here we can see it's running on Apache. So here in the hints, it's saying that what directory can you write to? Apache is the directory that can that you can write to. This is what is shown there. So what I can do here is I do have the Redis here. So what I can do with a Redis service here is just search for Redis, like Redis pen testing online, and you can see, and I do get a website here from Hackwiser. So this is how you can pen test Redis, and there's a lot of things that you can see. Redis CLI -h and the host IP. So let me open my own computer. This scan was still not completed. The Redis CLI is here. If your computer or if your attack box is not installed Redis CLI, you just need to enter the command sudo apt install redis-cli, or you can enter commands like redis-tools. I think sudo apt install redis-tools. So that's, I think you need to install it if your computer is not installed Redis CLI by default. So anyways, here I'm just using it in my mission. which is connected to OpenVPN here, and it's connected, and Redis CLI is connected. You can't use commands like ls or something like that inside Redis. So we can use the commands, we can just check for any other ways that we can exploit the service of Redis. And we can see there is a way that we can use to exploit Redis. And here is the command that I was able to find, like Redis CLI. So I just connected to Redis CLI. Once you authenticated to Redis CLI, it's saying that it's flush all. I'm not going to use that as of now, and I'm just going to set this as set pawn and this command. So I'm just trying to use the entire command from there here, and it's saying that it's invalid arguments. So what we can do here is I'm just opening a new mouse pad, and here I'm just changing the contents to double quotes at the end, because there is single quotes inside the CMD. So maybe I'm just changing this into double quotes and try that. And as you can see, it worked. It's saying that okay, so that means it worked. So now I'm going to use the second command here. It's about shell.php. So here I'm just using the shell.php command here, and it's also done. It's saying that okay. And we can use the next command, which here is config set directory to var www.html. So it will set the directory to this var www.html. And finally you have the command to save all those contents that you entered previously. So we just set something called pawn to this like PHP system request of command, and we just set the database file name is shell.php. So I'm just opening the browser, and I'm just pasting the target IP address here, and here is our Apache. So here what I'm going to do is we can see that we just set the config database file name as shell.php, and we can see we just set something called pawn here as CMD here. So what I can do here is like use the shell.php and question mark CMD equal to something called ID to see if it is working. As you can see, we were able to get the results of ID command. As you can see, this is the results that we were able to get using the ID command, and this is what we said pawn, right? So anyways, instead of specifying here as ID how we can get a reverse shell access, so I'm just exiting from here and using the netcat command for gaining the reverse shell. I'm just entering NC for netcat minus NVLP for numeric verbose listen port, and 1234 for listening back. So here I'm just entering command netcat and space the IP address. Here is our OpenVPN IP address, which you also get from by opening a terminal and enter ifconfig. And as you can see in the turn 0, here is your OpenVPN IP address. If you're connected to OpenVPN, then you have to enter your IP. If you are in, say, the attack box, then you have to enter the IP, which here is attack box IP. So here I am just outside the attack box, so I can enter the IP address on my OpenVPN. And after that, I'm just entering the port here 1234, and I'm just entering -e for getting shell here as bin bash. So this is the command that I'm using. NC for netget, this is IP, and this is the port number, -e for bin bash for getting a proper shell. As you can see, it worked. So that's why it's kind of loading thing. So we can see here we can see connect to. We were able to receive connection. When I enter ls, I was able to see the shell.php and the index.html. So this is the shell.php that we created. When I cat that, and I was able to find this, what is inside the shell.php. As you can see, the content that we added is inside the shell.php. So anyways, so I'm just entering ls, and this is the files inside ls and pwd. I'm now in var www.html, but what we were I'm going is here from home, and in the home I was able to see a user here, Wayanka. So I'm just cd to that particular user, and here we have the user.txt. So I'm just entering user.txt, and here is our user credentials. So this is our flag, so I'm just pasting it here, and this is the flag. And now what is the local user account password? To get the account password, what we can do is to first I'm checking for etc passwd, For the users here, as you can see, Vianga is the user here, and we just need to find the password of Vianga. So how we can do that is just you can just view the password using the shadow file like etc shadow. So when I enter cat ECC shadow, I was not able to access because it may be permission denied, but not even the permission denied or any other contents is not displaying here because we are not in a right shell. So we can just spawn the shell by entering the command here in the browser spawn tty. So once you enter spawn tty, you were able to see plenty of things. I'm here opening the SegWiki's websites, spawn tty, and using this Python first one. So and enter this. And here I got the shell. As you can see, this is the shell. Now when I enter ls, I was able to see if even if I am going to view the etc slash shadow, I was able to see permission denied. Everything was shown. Before it's not shown, but after entering this command, everything is shown. Even if it is denying, it is showing that we get a good shell. So what we can do to privilege escalation is to find the binaries using the command find slash for searching for everywhere and minus perm for permission, minus u equal to s for suid related permissions, minus 2 greater slash null for getting error free contents. So this is the command that I am entering here. Finding from all for my permission, suid permissions and error free contents. And here is our contents, and here the xxd seems to be suspicious. So what we can do is to copy that and go to here a website called gtfo bins, which contains linux binaries like gtfo bins is a great website which basically contains a curated list of Unix binaries that can be used to bypass local security restrictions. So I'm here pasting the xxd, and I was able to get some more contents here. And here we can see sudo, and you can just use these commands. Here I'm just opening the mousepad. As you can see, l file to read. So here we have to enter the file to read. Here I am going to try to read the shadow file. I'm just entering cat etc shadow. Now I'm just pasting the entire content in here, and as you can see, it's saying that permission denied. Anyways, I'm just executing the next command without the sudo. So let me try that. And it's saying that we were not able to do these kinds of activities here. Instead of entering the cat etc shadow, I'm just rendering only slash etc shadow and trying that. And here it worked. So instead of entering cat, you just need to enter only slash etc shadow. So after that, you can use the next command here without the sudo. Here it is. So I'm just copying and pasting it here. And here it worked, and we were able to get the user hash. So here is our user hash. So I'm just copying the user hash, and after copying that, I'm just opening the mousepad and pasting the user hash, saving this as hash.txt. And once I save this as hash.txt, I'm just opening a new terminal tab and entering ls, and this is our hash.txt. I'm trying to use the John tool to crack this, like John minus minus word list. Here I'm using the word list rocket.txt, which will be in user share word list rocket.txt, and here's our hash.txt file. And we were able to crack that, and we were able to find the password. Here is a beautiful one is the password. Let me paste it here, and this is a local user account password. And escalate privilege and obtain root is the next question. So we get the password. So what we can do is to switching to that particular user here, VIANKA Vianka, and entering the password that we copied. And here it is. We are now logged in as Vianka. So now I'm just entering sudo su, and here it is. I'm just entering the password that I copied, and here we are now root. So I'm just moving to the directory of root. Now I was able to see the root.txt is here. I'm just getting the root.txt, and here it is. So this is how you find, and this is how you solve this room. I hope you learned something new from this video, and I will see you in the next one.